In the previous video, we went through the process of creating a WordPress user account and along with it a new WordPress site. And the name of that site should now be your pseudonym.wordpress.com. Once you complete that process, you'll end up at this screen, and you can see that in this case my user account name is CMS37101 and the website that I've created is cms37101.wordpress.com. So now that we've created the site, we can start the process of working on it. But to do that, we need to get away from this screen and get to what WordPress calls the dashboard, which is the key space that you use in order to make changes to a WordPress site. So there are lots of ways to get to the dashboard, but from this screen, maybe the easiest is to simply go to View Site, and then look for Meta, the Meta section, and the Site Admin link. Click on that, and that will take you to the dashboard. Okay, so to complete the rest of the assignments that are a part of this project, you'll need to edit and create pages for your WordPress site. In the Edit the Site and Create the Pages directions, you should select the 2014 theme for your new site. Themes are a very important aspect of WordPress, and we'll talk more about them later. They are what sets the basic look and behavior of the site, and there are hundreds of them. Many of them are free. But there are also a number of themes that are what are called premium themes that require that you spend some money in order to use them. Please don't use any of the themes. In fact, as the directions state, what you'll need to do today is to select a specific theme, the 2014 theme, and use that one, at least for the time being. So the way that you do that, let me find my way back to the dashboard here, is once you're in the dashboard, go to Appearance and select Themes. You will have been given a theme more or less randomly when you created the site. Right now this website is using the theme called Sapor, but instead we want 2014. And Veggie here is an example of a premium theme that costs $79 in order to use. But once again, you don't need to pay anything to complete this assignment this semester. So in the Search Themes box, we just simply type in 2014. And there it is. If you hover over it, it'll give you the option to activate. And that is what you want to do. And now that we're there, we can continue to work. In Dashboard Settings Discussion page, we now need to deselect the radio button next to allow people to post comments on new articles. And we're doing that because we're not creating a blog, we're creating a website that delivers content rather than fosters community. And there's no reason to include comments on this particular site. Comments are very valuable in some kinds of websites, but they're also a problem because they're one of the key ways that people can insert spam into your pages. So definitely we want to avoid that problem and deselect the radio button next to allow people to comment on posts. We find that again in the dashboard in the settings section on the discussion. So back to WordPress and the dashboard. We look for Settings, which is down here, Discussion, and there's the button right there. That definitely needs to be deselected. You can also deselect these, not a bad idea, and then save the changes. And we've completed step 2. Step 3, delete any placeholder posts. So you do need to know the difference between posts and pages in WordPress terminology. We'll talk about that elsewhere. But for now, we need to delete any placeholder posts. And in order to find if there are any, we can go to Post, All Post. And we see that there are no posts found. And that's good. WordPress has begun creating new accounts without any of the placeholder posts. All right, so we've double-checked that. We now go back to the directions. And delete or rename any placeholder pages. We should have one single page when we're done with this, and that page should be called About. All right, so back in the dashboard, we go to Pages, All Pages, right, and there is one page called About, and that's exactly what we want. We could trash that if we wanted to get rid of everything and start fresh, but in this case, we do want one page that's About, so we'll leave that for now. All right, we need to create 4 additional pages using the page titles listed below. As you create each page, include a paragraph of Greeking text and set the page order to the same number as the page's title. The page's title should be page 1, page 2, page 3, and page 4. Okay, so that's a fairly complicated step, number 5. Well, the first thing we need to do is open the Greeking text in a separate tab. So we're going to create a page called page 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in each of those, we're going to add a page of, or a paragraph of Greeking text. So back to the dashboard, and back, if Pages isn't visible right now, go ahead and select it. We add new. The page title is page 1. The Greeking text I can copy and then paste into the content box here. So the title will be page 1. That will be the content for now. Of course, we're going to replace that. And here's page attributes over here. We're going to change the order to number 1. This affects how the pages appear in the list of links that will allow people to access this page. Then we publish. And we continue to do the same thing for pages 2, page 3, and page 4. So again, add new. Call this one page 2. Paste a paragraph of Greeking text. Change the order to the same name as the page name, and publish. Add new, page 3, Greeking text, order of 3, and publish. Add new, page 4, Greeking text, and an order of 4, and publish. All right. When that's completed, if you look under All Pages, you should see that your site now includes 5 pages. There's one called About, and there's one called page 1, page 2, page 3, and page 4. And with that, you've completed number 5 in our list of assignments for our steps in this assignment. Number 6, we change the site title to Website Analysis and the tagline to a study of the name of your food bank's website. My food bank is called the Atlanta Community Food Bank, so that's what I'll be using, but obviously you should use the name of the food bank that you chose at the beginning of the semester. So we're going to change the title and the tagline. To complete step 6, changing the site title and the tagline, we'll need to move back to the dashboard. And under Appearances, look for Customize. Clicking on that, You'll be taken to your website. That's the panel on the right shows you the actual website. But the tools on the left are what allow you to execute number 6 and 7 of our final steps here. So the first is the site identity. Mine already has been changed to website analysis with a parenthetical. Yours should be just simply website analysis. And then the tagline should be a study of your food bank, not the Atlanta Community Food Bank, but the one that you choose, then '(s) website. So a study of the Northern Alabama Food Bank's website, for example, if you had chosen that particular organization. All right, so that's the site title and the tagline. Both of those need to be changed. You'll see them up here when you execute that change. And that takes us to the last and final step, which is to change the home page of your WordPress site to the static About page. So by default, WordPress assumes that you want the home page for your site to be the page that lists all of the posts, because it assumes, before you tell it otherwise, that what you're creating is a blog. Instead, we want the home page to be the About page, which will introduce people to what this site is all about. And the process of doing that is also in Customize. So if for whatever reason you're out of Customize, don't forget that it's under Appearance, Customize. And then here's static front page down here. Okay, mine has already been changed to the About option, but yours might look like this when you first see it. You want to click the radio button that tells WordPress to use a static page, then use the drop-down menu to pick the About page. Save and publish, and you are done. And those are the 7 steps required in order to complete the WordPress site assignment.